Elementary building was restored and dedicated in June of 1983 under the principalship of Miss Paulina Mathurin and then Superintendent Minister Reverend Selwyn Vanderpool. Did you know that Miss Hermione Irish was the longest serving principal, serving some 26 years from 1994 to 2020. She was also a past student of the Wesley High School, and she served as principal until she passed away in 2020. Our focus today on Did You Know? The Wesley High School. Did you know? Made possible compliments the good folks of Quartz Dominica Limited. Up next, we bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: a massive education campaign on voter confirmation is to get underway in Dominica today. The ruling Jamaica Labour Party says the party will not be complacent after the latest poll in Jamaica gave them a 13-point lead over the opposition PNP just days before Jamaicans go to the polls. And more than 600 people have died after an earthquake hit eastern Afghanistan. Stay tuned. Details of the morning news right after this.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Oh, welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. The news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, Fine Foods Inc., and Petro Caribe. A massive education campaign on voter confirmation is to get underway in Dominica today. Voter confirmation will begin on October 15 this year. Anthea Joseph is Dominica's Chief Elections Officer.
This campaign will begin as of September 1st, 2025. So we want to alert the public that as of September 1st, 2025, that we will be engaging the public and the media more aggressively to release information concerning confirmation. We believe it is integral that the electors understand just what confirmation is. It is important for ensuring electoral integrity. We also want to allow people to get ready for this process with special consideration to those who may be on island from overseas. And we want them to use the opportunity while visiting during the Creole Festival, Independence season and the Christmas season. The first step is to dive into ensuring people understand the details of the process. We want to encourage persons to stay up to date with the information which will be disseminated to the public on a regular basis, as we mentioned, on our website, on the various media houses, the radio stations, and announcements will be made and information will be put out, and we will be doing that, on a regular basis.
And that's the Chief Elections Officer of Dominica, Anthea Joseph. Other news this morning, the three main trade unions in Dominica have reached agreements with government for salary increase. The Public Service Union PSU, Police Welfare Association, and the Dominica Association of Teachers agreed for an 8% salary increase over 3 years, plus several non-salary matters.
I also want to inform the nation that all three unions, that is the Public Service Union, the Police Welfare Association, and the Dominica Association of Teachers, have all concluded negotiations with the government of Dominica. I want to thank the union for the professional and respectful manner in which they engaged the Dominica negotiating team. I also want to thank the government's negotiating team for the respect that they've shown to the representatives of the union. But I will say, I believe on this occasion, the unions outdid the government negotiating team. Because the number of things that they got, I think the unions came very good this time. But it's all in good spirit in the effort to improving the condition of work and ensuring that we recognize the tremendous sacrifice and commitment of the public servants and police officers who carry the duties sometimes under trying and difficult circumstances. And of course, the Secretary of the Cabinet and the Chief Person Officer will share the details of this at some other time.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. On a sad note, the police confirm that 53-year-old Gregory Laville of Penville died after he's alleged to have fallen off a bridge in Penville. The incident took place on Friday evening, and Laville was pronounced dead at 11:30 following injuries to his head. The police say their investigation into the matter continues. Dominica recorded 27 cases of prostate cancer in 2024. Health Minister Cassani Laville says the figure is alarming. He has called for men to take action as Dominica observed Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in September.
Prostate cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among men in Dominica. It is a condition that not only affects physical health, but also has significant impacts on families and communities. The numbers speak clearly. In 2024, out of 112 cases of cancer diagnosed in Dominica, 27 were prostate cancer. That means nearly 1 in every 4 cancers, 24.1%, was prostate cancer. This is a cause for concern, but also a call to action. We know that early detection saves lives. When prostate cancer is identified early through regular screening, it can be treated effectively, and survival rates are significantly higher.
And that's Minister responsible for Health, Cassani Laville, an address to mark Cancer and Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. That address from Mr. Cassani Laville that will be aired on DBS Radio sometime today. Other news this morning, Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has announced new appointments for several medical specialists at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. Mr. Skerrit says the appointments will address some of the concerns of the medical practitioners.
On Tuesday in Cabinet, we approved some 26 positions for specialists, various specialist positions in the Ministry of Health. I believe we will immediately appoint about 11 of those people, the 11 people who will appoint immediately into those positions who are on contracts or who are on on temporary engagements, and the additional is open to be filled. And so the Ministry of Health will be in a position to recruit additional personnel to provide care to our citizens. And this is a major step forward, and I believe that it will help address some of the concerns that the doctors have in terms of their tenure, in terms of their recognition, and also give the Ministry of Health the opportunity to recruit additional medical personnel.
Mr. Skerritt says a new pay structure for doctors will come on stream this year.
What we're seeking to do is to improve the package that doctors receive in Dominica at all levels, and to allow them to be more comfortable with the pay that they're receiving. That will be commensurate with their task. The other thing that we want to do is to get more of those doctors, especially the specialist doctors, to be at the complete disposal of the public health system. Because one of the challenges you have at the hospital, which is a challenge that you have the world over, so it's not Dominica unique circumstance, and therefore I'm not criticizing the doctors at all. I'm just stating a fact and how we're trying to overcome that challenge. All of the specialists at the hospital are also engaged in private practice. And so you always will have a challenge if you do not have doctors who are there 24/7 to the public healthcare system. And so what we're seeking to do is to provide better terms for those who would opt not to go into private practice, but commit themselves wholly and fully to the public health system.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt. Station officer at the Dominica Fire Service, Tony John Baptist, says the new $300,000 ambulance will greatly enhance the service currently being provided by the Fire and Ambulance Department. The ambulance was presented to the Dominica Fire and Ambulance Department by National Security Minister Rayburn Blackmore on Friday.
And this afternoon, I'm very appreciative of this unit that we have received from the government, and I have to say that from my user service, I can say that proudly, this unit here is an upgrade to many of which we have received before, simply because of the list of equipment that has actually come with this unit.
And that's the station officer at the Dominica Fire and Ambulance Department, Tony John Baptiste. Jamaica Labour Party National Campaign Chairman Dr. Christopher Tufton says the party will not lapse into complacency in light of a poll showing the Jamaica Labour Party with a 13% lead over the opposition People's National Party ahead of Wednesday's general elections. The pollster said they asked Jamaicans which party they would vote for if elections were to be called today, and 46% said the Jamaica Labour Party, compared to 33% who said the People's National Party. 20% were undecided. The pollster said 49% identified Prime Minister Andrew Holness as best suited to lead Jamaica. Well, elections in Jamaica on Wednesday. As you heard, the polls are stating that the Jamaica Labour Party, the ruling party, they're off to a 13% lead over the opposition PNP. Finally, this morning, more than 600 people have died after a magnitude 6.0 earthquake hit eastern Afghanistan. The quake struck at a shallow depth of 8 kilometers or 5 miles, which can be more destructive, and shook buildings from Kabul to Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. The remote areas make accessing the damage hard. Helicopters are trying to rescue people from difficult areas. It is 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's take a look at the headlines again. A massive education campaign on voter confirmation is to get underway in Dominica today. The ruling Jamaica Labour Party says the party will not be complacent after the latest poll in Jamaica gave them a 13% lead over the opposition PNP just days before Jamaicans go to the polls. And more than 600 people have died after an earthquake hit eastern Afghanistan. The sports report comes up shortly.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your mobile banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with boxing news. Ali Shillingford let his fist do the talking as he needed just over a minute to get past his Grenadian opponent in the main event of Saturday night's boxing extravaganza at the Massac Indoor facility. Shillingford floored Tyler John twice in the first round, securing a knockout win, sending the crowd into a frenzy at the Massac Indoor facility. Shillingford says despite scoring the knockout win, he could have done much better.
Personally, I don't think that I did my best. I changed my game plan along the way, which I should not have done. But I thank God Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, for giving me the grace to have the strength and the ability to win tonight for my country, for my name, for my family, for my coaches, and everybody else.
The match started off and you got an immediate knockdown. So how much do you think that helped you in terms of confidence?
I wasn't surprised. I thought he wasn't going to get up. When I saw he got up, it didn't help my confidence. It made me think that he had a chin, as we say in boxing. But I'm happy that I still get the win. You know, most importantly, happy that I put on a show. I did the best that I could, given the circumstances, and I just want to thank God. Thank God.
And how much do you think this victory is going to help you in your career as you want to move on as a boxer?
Well, I'm going all the way. My plan is to go all the way. Olympics, professional, I want to be a world champion. I believe that's the plan for God. That's God's plan for my life. And it is unfortunate I didn't display the skills that I have, that the coaches put in me. We train hard, but a knockout is still a knockout, and I thank God anyway.
And that's the national boxer Ali Shillingford. Also securing an impressive victory was Donnell Castle of Dominica, as he also scored a knockout win over Odlon George of Grenada.
I just went inside there, do what I love doing, and that's all.
What was the game plan, you know, as you looked at your opponent? You know, what do you think would have worked for you tonight?
Well, what would have worked for me tonight was more jabs, just to set up the punches. But he caught me, he caught me with a few shots, and I took the initiative to just counter with what I got.
But you hit him real hard in the end, which forced the referee to stop the fight.
That was a right hook to the head. That was it.
What are your goals moving forward?
To get comfortable with the ring, get comfortable with fights, and then start winning.
And that's the national boxer Donnell Castle. The night also featured a number of developmental bouts, and in another highlight match of the evening, the baseman for the Signal Band, Giovanni Green, was outboxed by Chad Prosper. Meantime, president of the Dominica Boxing Association, Job Joseph, hailed the night a major success, but says boxing is in need of help.
Overall, I want to thank the coach Macklin for helping me getting up. Macklin did a very good job with me. Coach Delroy will give us some little help. I want to thank him for that also. And the young men who come up and train every time in practice. I just want them to know that just the beginning. They should continue training, continue coming and train. And we can go far. You see a young team we have over 20, 30 boxers. But it's continuity and training. But for training to get better in Dominica, as you see, we have a ring there. That's a very small ring. The government or Olympics need to invest in us and give us a professional ring. And give us a place where, as I always say, that Miss Melissa promised to give us a place in the Windsor back, and I feel that tonight we make a statement. So that statement will show them how serious we are. Over 40 young boxers in Dominica. All of them couldn't get fights. They couldn't get fighters for them. These guys are hungry to fight. They are hungry to box and represent the country. But that's not all. We need help. We need help. We need help. We need people to come on board. Yeah, I want to say very, very clearly that the private sector helped us a lot. You see the advertisement they was giving us. We had over 20 or 21 different sponsors in the private sector, and to thank them for that. The government helped us. Olympics. But we want to go further than that. We want to go a little step further, get in a house where we could train and also get in a ring. Because this ring not qualify us to go anywhere. But just because the people that come to assess the bout and whatever, they'll give us a pardon. Because they see we're really trying to go further. But they tell us next time we can have no competition without a good ring. And we're trying to have a next ring in the next 2 months. That's the only way for us to get better, is having training constantly in our house and having fights every 2 months.
And that's the president of the Dominica Boxing Association, Job Joseph. Well, what an impression the Boxing Association created at the Massac Indoor Facility on Saturday night. Now let's turn the focus to netball. Dominica ended its disappointing run at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in Grenada with a win as the curtains came down on that tournament at the weekend. Dominica entered their final match against Anguilla with only just 1 win out of the 7 matches played. The national ladies took their frustrations over the poor showing at the games out on Anguilla as they cruised to the comfortable 49-30 win. Dominica ended their run with 2 wins and 7 defeats. Some cricket news now. Team Seifert hit the joint fastest century in the history of this Republic Bank CPL as the St. Lucia Kings beat the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons Sunday in St. Lucia. The Falcons posted 204 for 4 in their 20 overs. Shakib Al-Hassan got 61 of 36 balls. Amir Jangu made 56 and Fabian Allen a rapid 38 of 17 balls. Tabraz Shamsi took 3 for 30, needing 205 to win. The Kings put on 92 runs in the power play, with Tim Seifert taking the bowling apart. He raced to 100 of just 40 balls. He finished with 125 not out, leading the Kings to their winning score of 206 for 4 in 17.5 overs. The win moves St. Lucia level on points with the Trinbago Knight Riders on 10 points. The St. Lucia Kings' David Weiser says the Kings did well defending their home soil.
Couldn't ask for more from the guys. The last 3 games, the way they've responded, batting, bowling, just been amazing to see. We always speak about making this a fortress, coming here and winning, at least 4 out of your 5 games to set you up for the tournament. Unfortunately, we did have that one washout, but to come away with 3 wins and to put ourselves in this position, going to our last 3 games, away games, it's good signs for us moving forward.
What about the fielding? It's still an area maybe to work on?
Yeah, definitely. It was a little bit tough out there today again. Hot conditions, day games, always tough, but it's not an excuse. I think moving forward, we're going to have to lift it up a little bit. Those little small moments in the game could cost us in the future, so it's definitely something we're still going to have to address.
Won the toss, 204. Were you happy with that kind of score to chase down?
Yeah, I thought that was about par. All the communication we had from the start was that the wicket was just going to get better as the day went on. So I felt they possibly got maybe 20 too many. I thought we let ourselves down a little bit in the middle there, but came back nicely towards the end. And then just the way our batters went setting that up again, the getting 92 in the power play, it's always going to be an easy chase after that.
The action will continue this morning in the Republic Bank CPL with the top of the table Trinbago Knight Riders taking on St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. That game will get underway at 11 o'clock this morning. The West Indies under-19 team opened up their youth one-day series with the Sri Lanka under-19 team on a winning note as they took game 1 of the series Saturday in Antigua. The Windies, taking the first knock, got 256 all out. Jonathan Van Lang got 83, Zachary Carter 39, Dominica's Senior Fountain 19. The Sri Lanka under-19 team, they were dismissed for 244. Jakim Pollard took 3 for 34. The West Indies under-19 won by 12 runs. The 2 sides will meet again tomorrow. Some football news now. A hat-trick from Jarrell Laville helped the Do-It Center Mighty Avengers return to winning ways as they hammered the Wayne George Academy as the DFA Division 1 League continued on the weekend. The Mighty Avengers took the match by 6-0. Mighty Avengers coach Karim Regis says his team was exciting throughout the match.
It was a good opportunity for us, as everyone in the football space know. We lost our previous game against South City 1-0, and as one of the better teams in the division, we had to come out and make a statement here tonight. Despite missing a few opportunities, the team showed some great composure. We moved the ball, and it's a 6-0 win, yes, but I was more impressed with the passages of play, the confidence in the passing. We worked on a lot of that in training, and I was telling the guys, good football doesn't go out of style. If we play good football, we can beat anybody.
Good football, yes, but I'm sure you must be concerned with the finishing.
Yeah, the finishing is something that we've been working on tirelessly, but it's one of those things that you can work on it, but it's just about the moment and for the players. And for us, well, we have to continue doing some of that. But I mean, at the end of the day, the guys did get through 6. Again, a lot of wastefulness at the front, and as I always tell the guys, that wastefulness can come back to haunt us, but it's something that we can continue to work on the training pitch. And I mean, well, given some of the circumstances, maybe some of the grounds, when we do a lot of shooting drills, we often fighting with the elements, some of the pitches, but that's no excuse, and we have to do better, and hopefully we will be fully firing in time for the knockout rounds.
And that's the Do-It Center Mighty Avengers head coach, Karim Regis. Meanwhile, Bathurst FC head coach Michael Joseph says the club is taking it one game at a time as they look to return to the DFA Premier League. Bathurst, who were relegated last season, are undefeated so far in the Division 1 League. Bathurst FC pounded Kensborough FC 7-0 on the weekend. Coach Joseph says the team is looking very good.
Yeah, our goal was to win.
we not chasing goals again because of what happened last weekend. So we more trying to see how the team can gel and prepare for the knockout stages.
All right, as you look to prepare for the knockout stages, Bafa State relegated last season, undefeated now in the Division 1 league. What are your thoughts on this team as you get closer to the round of 16?
We practically have almost the same team of last year. I think during the Premier season last year, we had some unfortunate results, especially giving up some goals very late in games. But our core basically remain the same, and they pushing, they're doing the work, and we're seeing the results on the field.
I know it's Division 1, but nonetheless, you can still see a change in the attitude of the players compared to what we saw in the Premier League when you guys got relegated. What do you think has been the reason for that sort of turnaround?
I would like to think we did some work with them. Also, the relegation in a sense would be motivation for you to want to go back up. It's a bit of like it's an embarrassment to be honest. And then they made up their mind that they want to go back up right away, because at the end of the day, Gavin, if promotion is not secured right away, it kind of leaves you behind, you know.
All right. How confident are you that you can cross the hurdle undefeated, like we said? You have maybe one more game left in the round robin phase, and then it's off to the knockouts.
Yeah, we have one more game against Valley in the round robin, so we need a win in our last game to secure our first place in the Southern group, and we're just taking it one game at a time. So after Valley, then we focus on our round of 16 match.
And that's the Bathurst State FC head coach, Michael Joseph. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. It is 7:30 in Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. If you are driving to work now, or you're preparing for work, leaving the job to return home, or if you're already on the job, we want to wish you well today. We want to say a thank you for what you do on a daily basis to improve Dominica. Thank you very much. We want to say good morning to all those who are preparing for school. This new school term, we wish you well. On behalf of the News and Sports Department and our link person, Hazari Williams, Curtis Matthew saying, good morning, do have a splendid day today.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the